This video is made in cooperation with Meat and Livestock Australia. Look for the MLA quality seal for assurance in all Australian meat. Top Paddock lambs are all grass-fed from southern Australia. They're raised naturally with no added hormones or antibiotics. Today I'll show you how to butcher Top Paddock lamb spare ribs for braising. First, let's talk about knives. In the kitchen, it's very important to keep your knives very sharp. The way to do that is to hone your knife using a steel. Every time you use the knife, you just take the steel and drag the knife across between an 18 and 22 degree. You do it the same amount of times on each side. Now when the knife begins to dull, you need to use a whetstone. This whetstone has a coarse side and it has a fine side. You need to soak it in water for a few minutes before you start to use it, and then just put it down, take your knife, and at the same 18 to 22 degree, just drag the knife across the coarse side of the stone the same amount of times on each side. I usually do about 3. Flip the stone over and do it exactly the same way for the same amount of times. You finish up by honing. Straight down. There's a guard right here that protects your hands, so you just come straight down. Each side one time. And I usually drag it between 5 and 6 times. Now we're ready to cut. For lamb spare ribs for braising, the racks come in a cryovac bag just like this. They should be free from damage. The seal should be intact. There's going to be some liquid, and you can see some liquid floating around inside of the vacuum. This liquid is a combination of blood products from the animal as well as moisture. This is commonly called purge. The aging of the meat in the cryovac is called wet aging. The longer the meat stays in the cryovac after being produced, the more purge you'll have. As the meat ages, it releases more and more of these fluids. It will intensify the flavor, but it drops your yield. Now let's get started. First, remove the racks from the cryovac. I like to pat things dry, and it's easy to see what you're working with. Now you'll notice on the back, sometimes there's a flap of meat here. If there is a flap of meat here, you just need to remove it. Then there's a membrane. This membrane is inedible and it has to be removed. So the easy way to do that is pry your knife underneath just to get things started. And then I just take a piece of dry towel and grab a hold and start ripping it back. It takes a little bit of persistence to get this done. So just keep on pulling that membrane off. You can see that it's really just very tough. And then once you get it started, you just grab a hold and pull. And it comes right off. And then we do the same thing on the other rack. I like to score right along the bone. And then flip it over. Now there's gonna be this pocket of kind of sinewy meat that's on all ribs. You want to take that off. And it just should pull right square off. Then you got just a little bit of silver skin here. Not a lot, just a little. The fat will pretty much render off, so there's not much else to do with this. This little membrane right here, I like to just score like this, and then turn the other way and do an additional score. And this is ready. Then, again, just like we did before, grab a hold. And again, you can just put that right into your stock pot. And then with this, again, I just run my knife on both sides. And now we're ready to cook. That's our butchery video for today. Remember to look for the MLA quality seal for all of your Australian meat. Please subscribe to our channel to receive all of our cooking videos. Have a great day.